What's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're diving into something that's driving the whole fandom crazy, the third season of Jujutsu Kaisen. After everything that went down in the Shibuya incident and that roller coaster of emotions in Season 2, now we're getting the adaptation of the Extermination Arc, the Perfect Preparation Arc, and the long-awaited Culling Game arc. If you've read the manga, you already know these chapters are absolutely explosive. And if you're anime only, get ready, because what's coming will make the Shibuya arc feel like a warm-up. So stick with me as I walk you through the 10 most anticipated moments of this season, breaking down the context, why they matter, and of course, why fans can't wait to see them animated. 10. Itadori's Judgment. Let's kick things off with Yuji. Think about it. After everything in Shibuya, with Sukuna causing that massacre and proving Yuji really is a walking danger, the higher-ups in the Jujutsu world weren't just going to let that slide. Right at the start of the Extermination Arc, Yuji is being hunted down, treated like humanity's enemy. This situation is heavy because until then, Yuji always carried guilt for being Sukuna's vessel, but deep down he still had the support of his friends. He still had that mission of dying surrounded by people. But when even allies start questioning whether he should exist, the drama hits hard. This part is so anticipated because it shows Yuji at one of his lowest points. At the same time, it sets the stage for his growth. The anime has the chance to show all that emotional weight with sad music, close-ups of Yuji's empty eyes. We'll feel the burden of being Sukuna's vessel right along with him. 9. The Return of Yuta. Okkotsu man, if there's one character fans have been dying to see again since Jujutsu Kaisen 0, it's Yuta. Not only was he the protagonist of that amazing movie, but he's also one of the strongest sorcerers we've ever seen, and in the Extermination Arc, he shows up like a wall standing in Yuji's way. This moment hits hard because the two end up on opposite sides, and the tension is insane. Yuta has been treated like a legend by the Tokyo students, and now we finally see him in action again, with his katana skills and Rika, who's basically a monster of raw power. Fans are hyped for this because first, Yuta animated by Mappa is guaranteed eye candy. We already saw how great it looked in the movie. And second, it's that clash of titans, Yuji versus Yuta. You can't ask for more hype than that. 8. Training and Preparation. Now we enter the Perfect Preparation Arc, and as the name suggests, this is when several characters level up. The story shifts gears here, moving away from pure despair and into a growth phase. This is where characters start training, testing their limits, and in anime, this kind of arc is always a treat. We get to see new powers, new strategies, and above all, everyone getting ready for the hell that's about to be the Culling Game. The vibe is kind of like those classic shonen episodes where the hero goes off to train in the mountains. But in Jujutsu Kaisen, nothing is ever that simple. The emotional weight stays. The feeling of we're heading into war is always there, and it makes every scene that much heavier. 7. Maki's Transformation. If there's one character who's about to shine like never before, it's Maki. Up until now, she's always been seen as limited, born without cursed energy in a clan that only values power. But in the Perfect Preparation Arc, Maki finally breaks all those chains and reaches a completely new level. Her transformation is, without a doubt, one of the most anticipated moments from the manga because it's just brutal. This is the point where she stops being the underdog and becomes a real war machine. Fans are dying to see this animated because if it was jaw-dropping in the manga, just imagine it with Mappa's fluid animation, vibrant colors, and soaring soundtrack. This is going to be one of those episodes people talk about for weeks. 6. The start of the Culling Game. Now we get to the arc that's fueling the most hype, the Culling Game. The very concept of this deadly tournament is pure insanity. Tons of sorcerers and curses get thrown into colonies, each with totally bizarre abilities, and everyone is bound by unpredictable rules. This beginning is highly anticipated because it's when we finally learn how the game works, who the competitors are, and just how big the bloodbath is going to be. Every new sorcerer introduced comes with a mix of fear and curiosity. The anime has the chance to turn this introduction into one of the most epic sequences of the season, with visuals, maps, slick transitions, all in that frantic Mappa style. 5. The first battles of the Culling Game. Once the game begins, it's non-stop, high-level brawls. These first battles are like a showcase of everything this arc has to offer. New characters, insane abilities, creative strategies, and a blood-soaked pace that'll keep viewers glued to the screen. What makes this so anticipated is the sense that anyone can die. Unlike many other shonen, Jujutsu Kaisen isn't afraid to kill off beloved characters, and the Culling Game takes that tension to the max. Seeing how Mappa animates all these varied cursed techniques is reason enough for fans to be counting the days. 4. Hikari Kinji. Showing his power. Now let's talk about a character who's about to steal the spotlight, Hikari Kinji. Until now, he's been a bit of a mystery, but in the Culling Game, he has one of the craziest moments in the entire manga. Without spoiling too much, his ability is absolutely broken. Even on the manga page, it was hard to believe, so just imagine it in animation. It's going to be a spectacle. The hype around Hikari is that he's still relatively new for anime-only viewers, but he's about to kick the door down and show he's not here to mess around. This is one of those moments that turns a side character into a fan favorite. 3. Megumi and his battles. Megumi has always been the strategic one, the guy who thinks through fights instead of just rushing in. And in the Culling Game, he gets battles that push his Shikigami technique to its absolute limits. These are the kinds of fights that are not just visually stunning, but also mentally engaging. This moment is highly anticipated because Megumi's growth is central to the story, and every step he takes in this arc brings him closer to his fate tied to Sukuna. Fans are excited to see how Mappa will handle all this tactical and emotional weight, because Megumi is both one of the coldest and most tragic characters in the series. 2. Yuji in the Culling Game. Of course, the protagonist had to make the list. Yuji in the Culling Game is just insane. He shows how much he's grown, both as a fighter and as a person. Every punch he throws carries not just physical strength, but also all the guilt and responsibility he's been shouldering. This is one of the most anticipated parts because it's where Yuji truly proves he's more than just Sukuna's vessel. He's Yuji Itadori, a sorcerer who fights in his own way. The anime has the chance to highlight this in epic, emotional battles that'll have fans jumping out of their chairs. 1. Maki's massacre. And now we've reached the big one. If you've read the manga, you know Maki's massacre of the Zenin clan is one of the most unforgettable points in the entire series. It's pure catharsis. It's the moment where she takes all the pain, all the rejection, all the humiliation, and returns it in blood. This episode is going to be historic in the anime. The intensity of the scene, the brutality of the fights, the emotional weight of seeing Maki completely free from her family's chains, it's the kind of thing you never forget. That's why this moment is considered the most anticipated. It doesn't just change Maki as a character, it changes the entire structure of the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. So, did you like the list? In my opinion, these are the 10 most anticipated moments in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. And man, if Mappa delivers with the same quality as Shibuya, or even more, since this arc is packed with so many different battles, this season could easily go down as one of the best shonen adaptations of all time. Now I want to know what you think. Which moment are you most excited to see animated? Yuta's return, Maki's massacre, or maybe the chaotic start of the Culling Game? Drop it in the comments. I want to know. And if you enjoyed the list, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel to receive our next content and support our growth, okay? Thank you to everyone who stayed until now, and we'll see you in the next video.